This video will cover the specifics of actually getting the dog to load up into the car. It's important to keep in mind that you don't ask puppies under the age of 6 months old to jump in and out of the car because that is very harsh on their joints. Please continue to lift the dog into the car and pick them up out of the car for as long as you are safely physically able to do so. Now we're approaching the car from a different angle. I want to see if this changes how my dog attempts to climb into the car. He's got a little bit of a step up because of the curb when I come from this angle. You could also try getting a step stool or a dog ramp to help the dog load in and out of the car. So we did a little bit of the same exercise of moving closer and then moving farther away. I have some treats on the car seat itself for him to eat. And right now he's thinking about climbing into the car, so I'm not doing a lot of talking to him or encouraging him or trying to push him to climb because I can see that he's considering it, but he's just not quite ready yet. When I'm working on a problem, I want to try to consider all angles of why is my dog not doing what I want him to do? Does he not understand what I want him to do? I think I'm making it very clear in this case. Does it hurt him to jump up? Is he afraid of the tight space? Does he get nauseous in the car and that's why he doesn't want to climb in? So those are all things that you need to consider when working through the problem of the dog not wanting to climb into the car. In my dog's case, I know that he's more than capable of jumping in and out of the car because there are times that he's done it, but he's just lacking confidence in his ability to do it. And so one thing that I try is that in that first part of the video, my car is pretty far from the curb. And so I end up pulling my car closer to the curb so that that gap isn't as big of a visual cliff for my dog to overcome. I also need to consider the motivators that I'm using for my dog to get him into the car. This entire time I've been using a variety of treats. And while my dog is very food motivated, that food that I have is not his strongest motivator in this instance. And so I need to find something that will motivate him. And I find a stick on the ground. Hey, no. So I grab that. My dog is suddenly very excited and interested. I toss it into my car. My dog looks at me for a moment like, how dare you? And then, suddenly he's able to climb into the car. He's a little hesitant about it. Again, he's not confident about doing this. He's got his back feet sticking out of the car, but his front feet are in the car because he wants to get that stick that I just tossed in there. My dog does not eat sticks, so I don't mind using a stick for this exercise. If your dog eats sticks, I would not use this as their motivator. I pick up a leaf at one point off the ground. My dog is very excited about the leaf. And suddenly my dog can jump into the car because the motivator is there. He wants that. And so he's willing to jump up into the car. I give him a moment to chomp the stick. He spits it out as he chomps. I pick up something different. Again, look how different his body language is now. He's very excited for these objects. And he wants to jump into the car so that he can have them. And I'm letting him just jump in and out of the car, so I'm not having him jump in and then immediately shutting the door and then driving away with him. I want to do some practice of you jump in the car, you get to jump back out. You jump in the car, you jump back out. got a piece of bark in my hand this time. He's very interested in it.
Load up.
Loads right up.
Yes, good boy. Come on out. Good dog.
I'm giving my puppy bits of leaves off the ground because I do not have an issue with him trying to pick up every single thing he finds. If you do have that issue with your puppy, then you can use a toy instead. I have a special car toy. It is only used for instances like this so that it doesn't lose its novelty.